Good afternoon. This is Jeremy with Williams Sewer Line Inspectors here at 604 West Ghent and St-Demas, performing a video examination of the main sewer line. Entering into the line today to a cleanout located inside a bedroom garage closet, just on the other side of the main bathroom. The toilet would literally be right on the other side of that wall. Right now we're in what's called the building drainage system, which is the piping underneath or interior to a structure. It's not the focus of this examination, however. Obviously we're seeing portions of it given our point of entry, and we will report on the condition of any pipe we see. Now, cast iron is a metal that rusts and corrodes over time. It has an average design life expectancy of about 60 to 80 years. Its failure is inevitable. It's not out of misuse or improper maintenance, it's a rusting metal. It's definitely looking older at this point, showing some signs of rusting on the inner walls. I'm not seeing any indication of failure. The biggest trick with cast iron is no test exists through this type of examination that will tell us how much pipe wall is left in any one area, so it's impossible to predict when it will fail. Its failure is directly related to the pipe wall thinning out to an unacceptable level where it will then crack or just disintegrate entirely. Right here is the actual start of the main sewer line, and this is the focus of our examination. There is a pretty good sized break here, and there's some roots coming into it. Now this is the start of the system. It's also the most ideal point of entry into a system, a main sewer line, for an access point for regular maintenance, examination, etc. We'll be locating this area and recommending that it be repaired, and during the repair process to have a main clean out installed, which would be almost no additional effort. Even if this pipe weren't broken, we'd probably be recommending a main clean out, which would replace this pipe. So you kind of get two things done at the same time. Now, vitrified clay is considered a good material primarily for the fact that, quite the opposite of cast iron, it does not rust or corrode over time. So it has this unlimited life potential. There are two main causes of issue within clay piping. First is its susceptibility to seismic damage. Second is its susceptibility to root intrusions. We saw it broken at the very start of the system, and right here the pipe has got a pretty severe offset. It's literally shifting. Unfortunately, the shift seems to be big enough that it's not likely to get our camera through. Nope, we did. That's fantastic. So we'll just continue on from here. Here's the other side of that same joint. You can see it's shifting on this end as well. Here's a great example of minor, typical root intrusions. These are very common in clay lines. This is not an indication of a problem. It's simply a maintenance concern. And you will want to maintain things of that nature on about a yearly basis. Here's another good example of absolutely acceptable root intrusions. So it kind of shifted, that pipe is slipping. Everything's been looking nice. Here we're making our transition from a 4-inch in diameter pipe to a 6-inch in diameter pipe. That's where you see the level change. Sort of standard transition. Typically indicates that we're usually about at the front property line, making our way to the city sewer under the center of the street. Even though it is under city property, it is still the responsibility of the property owner for care and maintenance. Right there on the left, you can see a kind of a crack in the joint of the pipe. It's a bit bigger of a crack. A couple of things to note on it. There's no real major root intrusions coming into it, which is a good sign. There's our city sewer. This is where your responsibility would end. The joints of clay piping are two pipes overlapping one another. They're very substantial, and it is not uncommon for a little bit of cracking within the confines of a joint to occur. You have to realize there's another layer of piping behind the one that we're seeing, where we see that crack. The fact that we're not having a flood of root intrusions is typically a good sign. Water, as you can see right there, is actually holding in the pipe, so it's not draining out. So that tells us that the seal is intact. Visually, it doesn't necessarily look very good, but in all practical purposes, it's not really causing any issues at this time, nor is it showing me any of the signs that would tell me that it's breached the pipe wall and is, a more major concern. Even that tiny little bit of water that's coming down, you can see the particles floating up and out. So it's something you'll want to keep an eye on. It's certainly possible that it will get worse at some point in the future and become something that is in fact in need of repair. It's also possible that it was installed this way or happened shortly after installation, and for many years now it hasn't changed at all. Again, there's no way for us to know that. It's a little more tricky, but again, as of right now, it's not causing any major issues that would, it's showing any evidence that will stop the system from working in even the near future. We will be locating the very start of the system all the way up to that's the end of that section of shifted pipe. And we're actually just going to be recommending an upgrade of the pipe between those 2 points. I believe it was probably around the 10-foot range of piping. And then again, at the very beginning of that upgrade, we would advise putting a proper main sewer line clean out. After that, we would advise a good thorough cleaning of the line, just to get those roots out of there. And after the first maintenance, you want to maintain the system on a regular basis of about once every year. There's the end of that shifting section of pipe. The yearly maintenance will really significantly reduce the risk of roots in the future, causing blockages or damage or other issues. And that will conclude the video portion of this examination. Again, this is Jeremy with Williams Sewer Line Inspectors. Thank you very much, and have a great day.